Yo, what up? It's your boy Wright. Do me a favor and hit subscribe. I'll be uploading at least 4 videos per week. Don't want you missing out on future projects. This is your channel as much as mine. So comment below who or what you want me to break down next.
Young Gunner.
Wright elevates for 3 and hits. Man, he looks good, doesn't he?
In this video, I break down footwork on layups and how the best basketball players in the NBA, all the way down to ages 8 or 9, legally utilize 4 steps, 1 dribble to their advantage. Over the years, I've gotten a lot of footwork breakdown requests on Twitter, so I've linked everything together by attaching my layup breakdown along with my favorite requested footwork videos. One of my minions, this is Eli. This is back when he was like 9 or 10 years old. Now he's on varsity, starting for one of the best backcourts in the state of Michigan. I'm going to go through his layup progressions here to kind of break down how steps work. So here we are. It's a 4-step, 1 dribble move. You get 4 steps and 1 dribble on layups, believe it or not. Really simple concept. I'm about to break it down for you. So here Eli is just doing his thing. Okay, a little hezzy. 1 dribble, 1 step. That's his last dribble. His next step is called his gather. You don't count the gather. You don't have possession. The ball is, quote unquote, rolling in his hand, so there's no possession. Then you go into the, your 2-step layup. So he's about to come back here. He's doing his thing again. Crossover, another hezzy. Same deal. 1 dribble, 4 steps. You get a step while you dribble. Then you have a half dribble during the gather. Then you get 1, 2 steps in your layup. Now, if you're working on this like with a kid and you're trying to teach him how to shoot layups and try to teach him footwork, really simple. Have him in front of a chair or have her in front of a chair. Give them 4 steps and 1 dribble. You get the 1 dribble during your step. Then this is called a half dribble during your gather. Then you get your 3rd and 4th, which is really your 1st and 2nd step. Simple concept. I want to make this one quick because I think you guys are starting to learn and understand what a gather step is and how layups work and how you have 1 dribble and 4 steps. In this case, you have no dribble, so you have only 3 steps. This was an and 1. It's good footwork. It's not a travel. Why? Because when he catches it, there's no possession here on this gather step. That's a gather. G-A-T-H-E-R, gather. Then you get 2 steps, right, left, and up. Stop being casuals. That's good footwork. What up, my casuals and casualettes? I was sent this video a few times. This is a Gary Harris going up for a layup, and a lot of questions on his footwork. Questions on if his footwork was correct, incorrect, was it a gather, what's going on here. So, per usual, I'm going to give you a step-by-step of kind of what happens here and what goes on. At first, I did not think this was a travel from the angle, but this angle is going to show you that it was very clearly a travel. So when he goes up, he has his dribble step, his gather step. This is his very first step. When you take your first step, or you can't land on the same foot twice. That's a travel automatically. Really hard to see in live time, but this is a travel. His next step should have been his right foot. So once you go off your left, you have to land with your right if you're not just going up and shooting it. So if he had landed here, it would have been 100% okay, but that didn't happen. Now, here's a Gary Harris Euro step that is not egregious at all whatsoever and very good footwork on his part. So his dribble step is going to be his back foot right now. So that's going to be his first of 4 steps. Then you see the gather. This is going to be the very first step. Now, after this, he has 1 more step to take, and that's his second one. You see how he really pushes off and jumps and utilizes his second step. The better athletes, the better basketball players really use that to gain leverage and gain advantage on the person defending. This is really good Fundamental Basketball by Gary Harris.
Yo, what up, my casuals and casualettes? Highly requested video here of LeBron James. Thank you so much for sending me this clip from last night all the way till today. And as you all know, it's scientifically proven every time a casual yells travel, an angel gains its wings. So it's great for everyone. First of all, let's go over this. This is the rolling. When the ball is rolling in the hand, there's no possession. This is what I mean. You see the ball moving? Now there's gained full possession with both hands. This is called the gather, the zero step, the half dribble, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. Now LeBron gets 2 steps after this. 1, 2, doesn't take his third. Good layup, not a travel. You casuals. Yo, what up, my casuals and my casualettes? So once again, you guys done a great job of spamming me a video showing, did the Kentucky guy travel or did he not travel? So I love to run the play back a few times so you guys can kind of understand. I don't want to talk about this play yet. I want to talk about the Xavier Tillman play versus Duke last year, where I said he did not travel, because these are 2 very similar circumstances, but the footwork and the handling of the basketball are totally different. So with Tillman, this was not a travel because of the way that he gets the ball initially, where the ball's rolling in his hand, there's no possession. So that first step is the gather. That does not count. Now he has possession, 1, 2, and he's up. So that was a good play. This is going to be different, and this is why this is a travel. He catches the ball full possession in midair. So therefore, really, his gather is his back foot is technically his gather. The next step he takes, that foot is not on the ground yet. The next step that he takes is going to be his first initial step, and it's all because how he grabbed the ball with both hands. He has possession right now. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and that was a travel. Got away with 1. So this is a game winner. Easy. All right. I've had casuals say that this is a travel. This is not a travel, okay? So you think he takes 1, 2, and then 3 steps. That's not how this works, all right? So if we bring that back right quick, you're going to see this dribble is called the half dribble. That's the gather step. You don't call it. You don't have full possession of the ball yet. So you count 1, then 2. You don't count the first one. That's called the gather. G-A-T-H-E-R. What up, my casuals and casualettes? We got a late night film request. Thank you guys for sending me this video. Once again, another teaching point. Going over the gather and going over the steps. So is it a travel or not a travel? Pretty simple. He only has 1 hand on the ball, just his right hand. The ball is technically still rolling in his hand. This is his gather step / his little half dribble. You don't count that step. Now you go into the 1 and the 2. Utah Jazz is trash, and he goes up. That is not a travel. Now, if you want to say this is a travel, that's totally fine. You teach your kids how to not use a gather step, how to not utilize your 2 steps. That's totally fine. Us gather steppers are going to teach our kids how to destroy your kids. So you keep on non-gather stepping all you want to. First of all, I want to say shout out to Sean Dwyer for getting me this clip. It's not the clearest, but it is clear enough for me to explain if this was a travel or not a travel on Curtis Jones Jr. for Penn State. This was a very critical call or no call in the last, 20, 25 seconds of a 1-possession game. So let's go through it. Traveling or not traveling is going to come down to your steps, your feet, your pivots, your possession. Here you'll see where Curtis Jones Jr. takes his first dribble. That first dribble, now he has a gather. So he technically does not have possession of the ball in this stance. That left foot you see on the ground, that's not a step. All right, that's a little half dribble.
Now he gets into his steps. His right foot is now his first step. Now he has full possession of the ball. Now he is allowed one more step. When he gets this one more step, he has to make a play. He has to make a play by passing or shooting. He cannot let his right foot hit the ground again. 1. 2, he cannot stop. If he does either one, this will be a traveler call. He does neither one. He does the only option he has, and that is to jump in the air or let the ball go immediately. He does this by making a pass. Now, if he had done this for a shot, for a pass, it doesn't matter. He had to leave his feet at this point after going through your half dribble into your 2 steps. So that's why this is not a travel, and this was a good non-call by the referees.
What up, my casuals and casualettes? Yo, thank you for the request. This is by far probably top 3 most requested travel or no travel videos of all time. And I will go ahead and say this is probably the most egregious stretch of the rules by Paul George of what he exudes here. And, per usual, I'll walk you through it and we'll go through it here. So first of all, if you're a casual, you probably counted the steps like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not how steps work. Stop doing that. This is what confuses you. I know, it's the ball on the side of the hand, then it's the steps during that and all that fun stuff. Look, I'm just trying to teach, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to think and all that stuff. If you want to be a casual all your life, then go be a casual. That's totally fine. The ball is rolling in his hand. When the ball is rolling in his hand, he does not have full possession. The ball is still moving in his hand, therefore those steps are basically 0 steps. Then he goes in his 1, 2, then he dunks it. That's why that is not a travel, and this is a good play. Egregious, he stretches the rules, I understand that. This is the part that really confuses you. He is not palming the ball right here. He's not carrying the ball right here. The ball is spinning in his hand very, very rapidly. Because of that, the referees are not going to call it because there's no possession happening during this play. Please request more videos. This is a lot of fun.
My casuals and casualettes, I have a highly requested video here of LeBron James, travel or not a travel. Per usual, I walk you guys through it here. LeBron's going to come across half court. I'm going to slow it down for you. Looks like he carries, but what you don't realize that he's in Utah. Utah deserves nothing, just like those kids in those $5,000 seats.